Welcome in, everyone. I'm going to stop that timer there. Still had 2 minutes left, but I figured we probably didn't want to wait for that. I am going to adjust to my microphone here. I do want to see if you guys are able to notice a difference if I turn this off. Let me know if the audio sounds better or worse at this moment. I just changed this setting to help block out like the computer fans and other noises, but I have a feeling you guys are now hearing that. Probably sounds like a hair dryer. Hopefully not. Hopefully that's not the case. We'll see who we have here in chat while you guys are letting me know how audio is. Got White Raven, how's it going? Mike C, welcome in, sir. Chris, how's it going? Old man, looks like you got it. Good deal. Yeah, finally got the chair. Has everything but fuzzy dice. Yeah, the fuzzy dice is definitely missing. Can hear it, but it's not terrible. All right, well, if I turn it back, the noise suppression back on, is that better? Does like the voice like change to where it sounds different now, White Raven? Like worse, better, or different? I know the noise suppression's good, but then I know it introduces other background noises. It is better. Okay, all right, well, I'll leave that on. Microphone, I need a new microphone stand. You can't even see the microphone in the photo, but I assure you it's kind of to the left of me, so it's not really centered. So I am working on getting some different stuff. Like I said, this last week was the first time of being put into this room. So I haven't quite figured out audio acoustic stuff in here yet. You can see it's very echoey. Yeah. And because of that, since I have moved locations for one basically room to another out here in the dining, I guess called dining room, there's no, my second camera is not working. So the whole point of the stream is like, hey, let's show off the new wheelchair. So I figured I'd get like the second camera attached to my wheelchair, drive around it, and show you guys. So second camera is not working, but I do have the second best thing. I did, um, with the awesome assistance of my caregiver, was able to go and take a quick little video of around the chair, so we can see all the way around 360 view of the chair. We can talk about it. We have some interesting things to talk about with the chair. That's something totally normal and I were chatting about. I think it was like, yeah, I think it was about 2 or 3 days ago. We were comparing when I got the wheelchair, the price difference in between his wheelchair built through insurance and my chair through insurance. And holy cow, crazy price difference. Um, yeah. Let's see. The not for you chair is on its way. Sweet. Can't wait to get it. Um, Congrats on the new chair. Have you had a chance to drive it yet? Yes, I have. Since the first time I drove it, though, Totally Normal has been over at my house personally and did some initial programming stuff on it. Yeah, there you go. His ears are burning, pops in as soon as I start talking about him. But Dan was kind of to do some adjustments for like memory seating, getting it up to 6.5 miles an hour, all that jazz. So all that part's all set. I am going to film some video, hopefully Thursday, Friday, of me actually driving the chair and all the outside stuff, and hopefully do a first hike in it next week and try to put some miles on it because it still has 0 miles. So it's time to break it in. Um, but yeah, I think with further ado, I think we should jump right into the wheelchair itself and let's talk about it. Let's talk about the decisions of what they did with it, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and kind of go from there. And then also get some input in from you guys about it. Oh, and first, before we go any further, remember I talked to you guys the chair was going to be black on black. Well, I guess I totally forgot to actually order black and silver. The silver, like the gray, is the accessory color, and I totally forgot. But anyways, I do have a plan to, when you guys see the video here, I am going to take the chair. I'm going to take all the black panels on the wheelchair, and I'm going to change the color of them, and I'll be leaving the silver, gray, whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to switch screens here, and let me get rid of my keyboard. Oh, how's it going, Kelly? Welcome in, sir. Glad you're here eating some dinner, huh? What are you having? Anything good? All right, screen switch. Okay, there we go. So one of the first things you're gonna notice before I hit play on the video is Perlmobile makes these new pads that go on to basically, they kind of just go onto the, I don't know, like the foot plate, basically. They're not the most comfortable pads in the world. They could be a lot, uh, yeah, they could be a lot to be desired on padding. It's not bad. Right now I'm using a towel for my feet, so this definitely is not as much padding, but yeah, it's still a work in progress. And then custom ride cushion and custom ride backrest. I forget who makes these. I think it's ACL who makes these armrests where you can heat them up with a heat gun and put these armrests in whatever shape you want. And then this is the regular Autobach armrest over here on this side. You know, head clicker for tilt. It's not wired in yet. And then, you know, lights, standard, all that kind of stuff. How was the driving with the programming as delivered? Yes, we definitely need to talk about that. So, as delivered, it was not great. It was quite terrible, to be honest with you. I tried driving it full speed inside the physical therapy place, and I drove. Not bad usage in our can tell, right? Yeah. When I drove it full speed and let go of the joystick, I swear the chair went at least 3 to 3.5 feet before it came to a stop. And that's after I let go of the joystick. Which there's no reason why the chair should be taking that kind of thing to stop. Like it should be like you let go of it, it should stop. So that was something that was definitely more of a, I don't know, challenge. Anyways, let's get a 360 view. I'm gonna quit talking. You can see I got the USB charging on this armrest. I'm probably going to change the location, maybe over back to the other side, or at least rotate it around because I like to plug it in via the hip if I can. I can see here is the custom ride molded backrest. And the interesting thing is now to do all their backrests, they 3D print them. They have a really crazy 3D printer and they print the backrest after to get that 3D scan of your back. And then this is totally normal. Do you remember who this is to make this? This is not the standard Perlmobile backrest. Or direct backrest adapter, whatever that's called. It's done by a different company. I'm sure Totally Normal will pop it into chat here in a second. All right. So kind of at least gives you guys a gist of chair. It does have a harness on the shoulder straps to keep me from getting tossed, which is good. Yeah, it's not ADI though. It's somebody else that makes them. I'll come up with the name here in a second. Yeah, there you go. I believe it's done by Ride. Yeah. So this at least gives you guys a general gist of the chair. I did not order the F5 tires. I totally forgot to when I got it ordered. Not too big of a deal. This backrest needs a little bit of adjustment. This cushion is molded as good. I did do pressure mapping and it works well as far as pressure mapping, but the way it curves up in the back, it puts a lot of pressure on the tailbone area. So that will be interesting to see what happens with that. Also has the seat elevator. My only complaint, if we go here to the back of the chair, right there, it's a perfect angle. So you got the shoulder straps way up here, right? Go up over your shoulder. It's a good location, but there's no place to hook a backpack. Now, obviously, there's a direct backrest adapter, which is this bad boy right here that I can then maybe bolt something onto. Does anybody have any solutions that you guys have done that use a direct backrest adapter? I'll just leave that right there for a minute because I'm sure there's probably somebody. Oh, yeah, and that's, yes, Lidlock, you're absolutely right. My chair did not come with caster fenders, and I don't know why. Yeah, I got an ICS box, but like, sorry, we ran out of fenders. I wonder if I got billed for fenders. Ooh, we might have to look at that and see. Ride has their own adapter. Oh yeah, so it's the Perlmobile 1-2 Ride. Okay. You can order bag hooks. Yeah, but the bag hooks normally the way I agree, normally you can, but the bag hooks normally built in up here, and it's going to bolt into the backrest, and then the backpack's not going to be able to hang down from there. And I don't think the backrest hooks will fit onto this section right here. Yes, Lidlock, it does have the. We haven't quite looked at the undercarriage, but yes, I do know it has the connect module, so you know ET phone home, so they can monitor everything about the chair. That will probably be removed at some point in time. I'm just curious to see like how it works with the chair first, and then if I don't like it, I'll just take it out. I'm assuming that's pretty much what most people are doing these days. Yeah, they're supposed to be on the rear, the rear fenders. I don't know why I didn't get it. Maybe they took it off. Maybe it never shipped with it. I have no idea. Oh yeah, Lidlock, I did see the news about that. There's a new mid-wheel standing chair. We'll take a look at that today's stream as well. We're gonna dive into cost of wheelchairs next. I'm something to so it's something that was surprising. It's totally normal. And like I said, we were comparing my order sheet to his order sheet and talking about the pricing of chairs and whatnot. I find it interesting in my chair 2023. Honestly, I don't know, but it's either one of those years. And when I asked about the switch box, it said, wait, your DME told you that they're not making ICS box? That's not true. They're totally making those. They were just basically unable to get them for a while due to, I think it's the manufacturer of either the circuit board or the case. So, let's see. Ooh, I'm assuming totally normal if you're saying control system and programming capabilities, is it different than RNet? Question mark. Yeah, new control system. Ooh, that'd be interesting to see. Yeah, I think Roy Thunder, they're definitely making them again. So I think you need to reach out to whoever told you that and be like, listen, I don't call them too many names, but like that's a bunch of crap. You can definitely get that part. So, because it's, I mean, mine came with it, so it's not a problem. I know there are a lot of people that are still receiving brand new chairs it's not coming with though, but and just comparing current order form prices. That's true. Order form pricing was insane. Like totally normal's chair versus my pricing, there was a huge discrepancy in prices. The drones have different display now and seating controllers. Ooh, new things to learn about. Yes, they should be able to add that in there. I would just contact your DME and be like, hey, Promobile has those back in stock. You need to get one of those. If they won't help you, call Promobile and find out who your Promobile rep is in your area, and they should be able to get you one. All right, I'm gonna switch back to full screen here for a second, so I can pull up some other fun images. Give me just a second here. All right, there we go. This I made sure there's no personal information shown here at all. Thank you for that. Totally normal. We'll pull that up in just a second. All right. So now everyone needs to know, and anyone rewatching this live stream, this prices is prices that are being billed. It doesn't mean that's what the insurance is going to pay or anything like that. So just remember that these prices are what's being billed, not necessarily what's being done. So I just want to make that clear. All right. So I know some of these numbers are being cut off, but I'll read them to you guys. So the base, which I believe totally normal, yours was we were comparing, I believe was around 12, something like that. Yeah, there's the clinicians, yeah, the clinicians billing, sure. So it was $19,000 versus I believe totally normal at the same exact base corpus F3 was like 12. This was pretty much spot on the same. I got the group 34s, not the 24s, but I didn't know that there's a difference on the on that at all. Oh, okay. So here we go. I told you I'm saying 9,100 for the base, and I got basically $10,000 add-on charge for that, and then totally normal seat, right? The corpus seat with 50-degree tilt, right, and power recline, $30,000. At the time of last year for totally normal, it was 12, and this is from his. I'm getting these other numbers based on his uh, basically his items as they were delivered. These are the delivered items at their cost. Like I said, this is no way that the insurance is actually going to pay this amount. This is just what was, put together. Well, who knows? They might be paying this amount. Um, all right, so I so far we're kind of up there and right. So, oops, wrong way. All right, and here's all the rest of the stuff. Got some foot plates, support pads, lateral support. The ride cushion, the custom molded cushion and backrest was around 17. So I was thinking it would be, yeah, $31,000 for a seat. I know, right? Makes no sense. Um, anyway, so everything else here was pretty much normal. Like I said, the only add-on I really had, like, versus, like, I think if I recall, the Total Normal and I were talking, I believe his was like around 41,000, and the only thing I have different on my chair is this. I have the custom bright AccuSoft cushion and the back and the custom backrest. It's like around 17. So if his was 41, 17, I was thinking it'd be like 56, 65, right? That's what I was thinking. And then that's the total. Which it's like, what? I mean, listen, I know that it'll be a different number when there's an explanation of benefits gets sent to me from my insurance. I'll be really curious as to what that is because it just seems completely, yeah, just insane to me that it would be that much. I'm like, what? How did that happen? Um, yeah, and this is the a close up of the back receptor, and this is the you can see the 3D printed part of the backrest. So yeah, so I wanted to talk about the pricing, as you guys can imagine. When we were going through and we were chatting about that, I'm like, wait, what was the cost of this chair? What did it cost? Like I just yeah, just completely unheard of cost, and it just seemed kind of insane to me. I do have some additional close-up photos for you guys. I'll make it cop here in chat. That's a huge, Chris. You're right. That's a huge jump in pricing. It's kind of crazy. $31,000 for a seat. I know. Let's see. Yeah, quoted at 41, then 37 was billed, insurance paid 24. This is crazy. Do you want your footrest up and down electronically, or just in both? Mine is just done both together in one actuator. They're not separate. You're rolling around with essentially cost as much as a exactly. It can cost as much as a house. Like it's like a wheelchair van. That's just it's crazy to me the cost of that thing. I got my super lugs on my F3. Holy cow, 30 and a half? Kelly, that's crazy wide. Dude, you gotta send some pictures of that. I'm rolling around a chair that was recovered from a garage 16 years ago. Honestly, Lidlock, those older chairs, I think it's a C500, right? Those things are like built like tanks, dude. If you destroyed that, I'd be like, what are you doing to that chair? Um, have the CMS reimbursement rates increased? I have no idea. That's the only thing I can think of is that maybe they have gone up. All right, we got some more photos here while we're talking about stuff. All right, so this is it without the backrest. Just kind of give everyone a little bit. This is like before they did any adjustments, but at least gives you a better close up of some of the parts and pieces. I did have them remove there's like these screws right here at the bottom of the foot plate that's used to keep the foot plates from going down at more of an angle, but I went ahead and just removed them. So my foot plates are pointing pretty down far to the floor. Probably not a lot comfortable for most people, but for me it works out pretty well. You destroyed your tires? Yeah, it's time for new tires, sir. I wonder is that they would have to charge me. No, you should have no charge to that. That's a standard. That's standard equipment. Rolling Thunder. There's no reason to be charged for that. I'm getting the feeling that DME needs inflated numbers on the books, whether it actually gets paid or not for tax reasons. Maybe. I'm assuming, did DMEs get tax write-off on that? Do not know. There's the backside. Nothing too exciting. Foot plates. And I do have to say, I do love the lights. Um, the lights are super great because it's like I don't have to modify it or add in wiring to add in lights. So that part is actually kind of nice, convenient. Those anti-tippers will be the first mod that's happening. As you all know, me with like small anti-tippers is dangerous, let alone without any. So I will be upgrading those to like 125 millimeter wheel and the front of that just to keep me from having accents is totally normal can attest to. There's the old unit in the background. And this is at the like basically the physical therapist place. Oh, I thought this was interesting. They normally put this RNet plug in this part, but now they've started not doing that, which makes it much easier to switch out joysticks and things than having excess cable under the armrest, which I thought was at least done somewhat correctly. I can't get new tires. You can't get new tires? I thought they still used the standard like tire size, like even F3s. You got the hubless wheels, super old school. Oh yeah, always got. Oh, wait, do you have to take those into like Les Schwab or something to get them changed? Anyways, back of the chair. Pretty good cable management. Everything zip tied nicely. I have no idea what it looks like underneath here, underneath the chair, but that part of it looks good. Side part, I know, sorry, a lot of leftover photos. There's the distance at 0 miles. When I got it, it came with 0.3, which I didn't think was bad. Oh, non-split rims, yeah. So when I had my non-split rims of my original C300 lid lock, I just literally bought tires and I took it to Les Schwab and they literally swapped them out for me. Because they don't split. They're like a regular car rim, basically. I can't answer that, Rolling Thunder. I've only had front wheel. I haven't actually really driven that many mid wheels. For me personally, I think mid wheel is probably, I would say, more stable as far as like tipping forward. Because I've almost flipped this chair on top of me like 3 times, my old chair. So for me, I would say mid wheel would be safer and more stable in my opinion. Oh, we're gonna ignore that. But the screen protector is still on, so I'm hoping I can get this Sam to cut off that tab and try to keep it there. Does those do that because I get a new chair? I try to keep the screen protector on forever. That's just me trying to make a video about it with the lights on. It's quite funny. There's the headrest new switch. It's not wired in yet. The cord's just going into my headrest right now because they forgot to include the they forgot to include the some hardware stuff I need in there. There's the other backside of it. Yeah, tried to gather up some photos of it just to try to capture it. There's the pricing. There it is charging. It did come with a newer battery, so it's got a special charger. All right, I will open that in just a second. There's a good view of the back of it. And then Flex Lock. That is adapter that's going in between the Permobil adapter and that. And it looks like, based on this photo, totally normal. It looks like maybe a larger washer could have been used, or is that just me? I know we've had discussions of this being a big problem. Oh, chat is blocking prices? Oh man, how did that happen? Oh, sorry about that. I would have, weird. Oh, sorry, I switched to chat there. You guys are like, wait, what's happening in the stream there? But yeah, so nobody knows how to install washers. It's terrible. All right, let me get that off of my desktop so I don't actually click on something I shouldn't. All right, I'm way behind on chat. I know each person. Yeah, we talked about that. Your house doorways and hallways are so tight. Yeah, my house is extremely tight. Like if you did not have front wheel drive, you would not be making it through any of my doorways. You sent a picture of your chair. Okay, give me a second. And Kelly, I see you sent that image as well. Give me just a second, and I will pop that open. Let me gather up everyone's images. Please hold. Oh my gosh, Kelly, that is insane. I can't wait for us to show that off on stream. I'd be curious on what your adapter looks like on that, Kelly. Hold on. I got one more from Totally Normal. Okay, here we go. All right, first up on screen is the dock. There's the dock. Yeah, dude, that thing is like old school. Oh, you got the plastic. Oh, you got the plastic. Ooh, yeah, they're not gonna be able to tear that apart at a Les Schwab. You should check on eBay and see if you can find the old school like metal ones from the original C300. Because those things were great. Because you could literally take them to Les Schwab and they could beat the crap out of them because they're like pretty much steel. Yeah, so there's lid lock. All right, now here's Kelly, like rolling this super. Kelly, I don't even know. I don't even know how you did this. I mean, look at that. It makes that F3 look ridiculous. Dang, dude. I thought it was crazy when I put some of those motorcycle tiles on my F3, but that's like a whole nother. You'd have no problem going through the beach, snow. Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah, nobody knows how to do washers. You're right, totally normal. It was. I don't understand how hard it is to use a washer. It's not hard. I noticed your joystick does not have the mode and profile buttons. No, it doesn't. The newer joysticks do not have the mode in it anymore. Yeah, dude, you gotta like polish those wheels. But seriously, I want a photo of your adapter that you use for that because that had been crazy to come up with. All right, and then Totally Normal sent us the pictures of the. It's a new control system. Oh my gosh, Totally Normal. It's like super small. Where's the zoom? There we go. Sorry, it's so blurry, but that's just the way it is. It's got some outdoor stuff. Wait, are you guys noticing this symbol here in the joystick? Everybody else notice this? What do you see here? I see Wi-Fi, cellular, and Bluetooth. I could be wrong, but that would be pretty epic if it has some sort of Wi-Fi. That sounds like some sort of maybe to get some sort of I don't know, easy way of doing over-the-air programming. Maybe that would be pretty sweet. Joystick looks really sweet though. So it kind of looks like it looks just like the one we have now, just more. It looks like a larger. No, screen's the same. Just a whole different. Oh, it does have mode and profile. Interesting. So it looks probably like that. Minus we probably will never get mode and profile unless people complain about how hard it was to switch back and forth. Yeah, that controller looks crazy. It looks weird. Is it? Do you happen to know is it 120 amp? Just asking for a friend. It's got to be over-the-air programming. Is there like a website or anything we can go and look at this in more details? Or is that something we need to pull up like ProVille's website and look at their new chair first? PG drives, true. Let me switch back off my screen and let me load up a browser here. Make sure I'm not, doxing myself like I always do at every live stream. And you guys like, Ryan, what are you doing? Why are you showing things on your screen you shouldn't be? Give me a second here. Alright, pull ProVille. PG drives, right? That's who makes all this fun stuff. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, let me switch back your screens. I'm assuming this must be the new midwheel. The new standing midwheel, is this what we're looking for? Over to programming side, that's cool. You'll find out the okay, sweet. Like the battery gauge design image would be cool if we got a software update most of the chairs. I hope so. So it looks like rolling out new power on standing chairs first. Oh man. So it looks like we don't get this for 6 years. Oh, brutal. Anyways. That's pretty sweet. See, that looks, the standing part looks, I mean, the same base part looks very similar. It says we can pop out this video. Oh, that's like a small pop-up. That just repeats. It's great looking. It looks very stable. I'm really surprised though that this M, I know obviously it might be using some different metals or something down here, but it can handle the weight of a person here and it not tipping forward. I mean, just looking at how far forward they are versus the back. But I mean, I guess it is being supported on these front wheels. This is going to be very tippy to me. Maybe it's just in my opinion. Looks very much similar to the M3, but it says it looks like it has some sort of new suspension. We need more details. I do like that they based it on the M300. Programming simplified. The new wireless programming app for Permobile. I do think this would be interesting that they're able to do that, right? They can go through and make it simple, but I have a feeling it's gonna be like some of the other manufacturers where it's gonna be locked out to where there's no way an individual user would get access to it unless we get the right to repair situation passed. I mean, I'm hoping I'm wrong. That's kind of cool. I do like the different locking things that they have for people with different hand functions. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. Oh wow, look. It comes in like an M3 kind of style base and like an F5. Interesting. Maybe a little bit more stability. What's the difference in between the two, they say? An extra smooth ride. I wonder if the F3 or the F5 version of this, whatever we're going to call this thing, would run better. Yeah, it's all good. You don't have to say anything. Totally understand the embargo situation, but dang, it's a pretty sweet looking. So they're having the F5 VS. Interesting. They're the new, that's considered a Group 4 chair versus the old F5 Corpus VS that's currently been around is considered Group 3, and this one is not labeled in a group at all. I wonder what group this will fall into. Just curious. And there we go. Do they have any equipment here? Nope. There's not a whole lot of new information, but it's a really sweet chair. Thanks for whoever told me about that. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Let's see. I do have the wheel adapters from. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly, did you, with these wheel adapters, did you make them yourself? Or do you have somebody make it? Because it looks like maybe you took one that was maybe existing and then had like you had one already had existing holes and you added holes? Or did you threaded it? I'll let you type in chat. Um, no, I didn't see. Let's go back. I don't think there is a. Go back down here to the bottom. No, that's it. There's look the M3, right? There's the F5 one we already have. That's a standing chair that's been around. We already have that one, and then there's the new F5. So no, I don't think the reason why they don't do it as an F3 is a standard, Kelly, is because of the weight difference and the size difference. The F5 is way larger and way bigger. So I think maybe that's the difference. So basically a standing F3. I mean, yeah, I mean that kind of looks like more like an F. Well, this claiming it's the F5, so it's probably the bigger version, just like the Corpus Viet. It's probably the same. That would be my guess. One's group 4, one's group 3, and I don't know what the difference will be. Where's that picture of where you could switch back and forth? It is. Well, let me switch. Hold on. Let me refresh the page. It's kind of locking me out. Here we go. Yeah, I really can't tell on that picture if that's similar to like the size of an F5. Oh, you want to know what? Look, this is similar to the existing F5. Look at the front wheels in the front. I just noticed those. There's like little anti-tipper kind of things in the front wheel, kind of making it almost mid-wheel. Interesting. I didn't realize. I thought it was also a weight difference. The F5 was bigger to handle the ability for people to stand. A friend of your son made them from scratch. That's really sweet, dude. Those things turned out. Where'd they go? There. Those turned out really good, dude. So I'm assuming this is the part. I'm assuming these are the 3 that adapt to the permobil, and then these 4 for the wheels. I'm guessing. That is a great question, and there is some news about that actually, Kelly. Let me switch back to my screen here for a second. Make sure I have the right. Hold on. I thought there was something. I'm reading the thing real quick that talks about. I thought there was something in here about them covering standing chairs. I know they're talking about that power seat elevating thing. All right, so basically, I'm going to put a link here in chat for everyone here to see. So I saw this New Mobility magazine had did an article about this. So I wanted to go onto the Medicaid site. And basically, seat elevation is an accessory to power wheelchairs. And basically, what it says is now, basically, it is a covered thing. So as of, you can see this date, May 16th. So this was as of yesterday. That then the power seat elevation on Medicare covered power wheelchairs falls within the benefit category of durable medical equipment. So basically allowing it to be covered. But of course, even with it being covered, there are very specific things. The individual performs weight bearing transfers from the power wheelchair while in the home. Transfers may be accomplished with or without caregiver assistance. The individual requires non-weight bearing transfer. And then the individual performs reaching from power wheelchair to complete one or more mobility related activities a daily. I didn't know that was part of that, but yeah. And And basically, that has the discretion to determine reasonable and necessary coverage, so they can still obviously determine if it's reasonable or not. But um, the good news is it looks like now they're covering it now, seat elevators, which is huge. And it's I did find this interesting. Individuals require non-weight bearing transfer to and from power wheelchair while in the home. Transfers may be accomplished without a floor or mounted with or without a floor mounted lift. So basically what I'm reading in that sentence right there, and you guys can tell me if I think I'm wrong, but would that mean that then somebody like in my personal situation that uses a Hoyer for transferring to the seat elevator would be covered? Because on this chair that I just signed on, was it Friday last week, I had to sign an agreement saying that Medicare and Medicaid do not cover seat elevators, and I would have to pay a fee basically to cover it. So I'm wondering if now since this got changed on May 16th, if I can fight them on that and get it so I don't get stuck with a bill. So, because this is like a national, every single, basically, Medicare, Medicaid basically has to cover that, basically, is the way I'm kind of reading it. I could be wrong, but that's basically, from what I read on the New Mobility article, that's kind of what they were saying as well. So, anyways, that's super exciting news. I noticed this was a few months ago we were talking about seat elevators and them not being covered or potentially being covered, and now it looks like they kind of made something happen. I would need elevating seat. Yeah, if you had a standard here, yeah, and I agree with you, Kelly. If you had that, you wouldn't even need it. You would also have the ability to do that. Also, individual states can decide not to follow certain rules. Gotcha. That makes sense. And doesn't make sense at all, but I'm not surprised, put it that way. I'll be curious of what Oregon is going to be doing. I'll have to. I wonder if like when like the federal or like the federal version of those programs makes announcements like that, like if the states have so many days to comply, I'd just be really curious as to how that would work. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find a new mobility thing about that and share that with you guys. It explains a little bit more detailed than obviously the mobile jumbo of the Medicare site. But so North Dakota doesn't pay for power function other than tilt. That just seems crazy that they're able to do that. That just doesn't make any sense to me. That's really frustrating. Let me see if I can find this article here real quick. Sorry, their website's not organized very well. Oh, if I find that article, I will repost it in chat. The state, yeah, it's. Oh, hold on, there's more check. I mean, I'm gonna wait to get a new chair until North Dakota gets their shit. I agree. Yeah, that's what the DME told you. That's kind of crazy. I mean, it makes sense. That makes total sense. But that's the way it is. Let me see if I can find this link real quick. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like the every state should be on the same page. There shouldn't be a difference. If the federal says like, "Hey, this needs to be happening," then yeah, I think that's the way it should go. Yeah, I'm not seeing uh, I'm not seeing anything for seat elevators. I don't know where the article. When I saw it on Instagram, and I did not save the link, which I know is probably not helping. Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't find it. I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to move on to the next this subject of tonight's stream. And I'm going to see if we can find anything out about that new controller. Just curious if there's any information about it yet. Because it looks like it's made by them. All right, so I am going to share my screen again. So I am on like P&G's website, at Curtis Wright, looking at and there's no new changes here. They're still showing all the old controllers, and yeah, they're not showing any other accessories. So except for, oh, this is interesting. Totally normal. Remember we were talking about this? I wonder if this is the new one. Because we were talking about, looks like my chair came with a newer gyro. Oh, speaking of that, you know how there's a lot of you that basically say that when you're on a bus and your chair's on, I was in the car for no more than a minute and started throwing errors from the gyro because the vehicle was moving. Yeah, I'd say they've done a good job of hiding it. I can't find it anywhere, which is good. Um, but yeah, this is interesting that they have this here about the module. So I wonder this is what the new one looks like. We'll have to maybe open up the chair and take a look. It just looks very different than I remember what gyros looked like. Yes, the new gyro. Okay, good. So it is the new gyro. I got the vibe North Carolina doesn't really want to support people. That's messed up. They should be supporting all the disabled people. Ah, interesting. Well, it'd be interesting to see what Kelly, do you know how much time they have to do that? I just be curious, like, what is the normal process of if you know the federal government says, hey, here's the new rules. What is it we need to do at our state level to like make sure that kind of thing happens and seat elevators get covered for for a lot of people. I just got notice of Victor and Alaska because our spouses. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we've been having that for a while where it can actually be not only just um not just spouses, it can even be like family members here in Oregon as well. Like if I had like a child or anything, they could also be any sibling of basically my family's, or if I even have my own child, that could be paid for caregiving the state of Oregon. It's kind of interesting. That's super exciting. That's true. When Total Normal was here with this new gyro, I don't know if I have this exact one, but newer one, we were able to adjust settings. We haven't messed with any of it yet, but there are settings you can actually change on it. As before, there really wasn't settings to change. So I don't know if ProBuild did an update to their software or what changed with that, but at least looks like now we have some options to do some changing. So I have been fighting with the state for years over this. Oh man. Well, I'm glad it finally got taken care of, Kelly, and gone through. And White Raven, I agree. Yeah, if you can't use shares because you need to do your transfers, that's what you need. Then, yeah, this is something that definitely needs to make sure happens inside of, or at, um, the state level for North Dakota Medicaid. So interesting. Well, it'd be interesting, like I said, to find out. I wonder if we should create like somebody should do I should add it to a web page on a website that basically has a map of every single state that it's going to allow and what states are going to deny seat elevators. That would be interesting. Let me switch back to. I don't think you guys want to see that same thing over and over again here. Let's see. The older gyros the older gyros weren't recognized by ARNet. They showed up as an unknown. That's true. And no, Lidlock, that's not my thing. Sounds interesting, but not something I'd be interested in at all. But does sound very interesting. See what you guys are going to say here in chat here in a second. Oh, there's some more details I have about the new wheelchair. I'm going to put it up here on screen that I just found. The DME told me Minnesota will pay for everything. I don't want to move though. Oh, yeah, that would be just that. You couldn't just move like temporary across the border and go back. Lid land. Yeah, that sounds right. So check this out. I was going through on a page, and here's some details about the app. Let's see if I can. We're gonna zoom in here. All right, so this is interesting. So it's gonna try to connect to it. Synchronize connecting, load parameters, initialize. Looks like an interesting app. I like looking at pictures. So wireless programming, no additional programming tools or hardware required. Interesting. And then it's got in-app visuals. You can like change your degree of position and everything. The only thing is some of these degree and position things wouldn't that change depending on your backrest? Just asking. I wonder if there's a way to maybe reset that. And here's a good close-up of the new style joystick. I wonder if all the newer ones are going to come with this. Those buttons, probably not, but maybe. I do like the new graphics. Available in the App Store and Google Play. I wonder if we can actually find this on the App Store now. Does anybody want to look and put a link in the chat? Just curious. Interesting. So it looks like it's one cable that can go up to the C and then go from there. Interesting. Beginning June. Oh man, if I could have just waited. Oh, but that's only on the F5, so never mind. If only I could wait. Promobile quick config. Step 2, sign in. Ah, see, it's gonna be one of those things where it's gonna be you gotta sign in order to. Huh. Interesting. Like I said, I highly doubt us end users will ever have access to that. And then that's it. There you go. Anyways, I just came across this page on the site that I thought was very interesting. That we can obviously look at the app, but we can actually probably do anything with it without having a sign in. But it'll be interesting when these new chairs come out to kind of see how people are liking it and how easy it is for the DME to reconfigure and program. Because like I said, it was the DME person that I was with was willing to reprogram the chair right when I was there, but I was already at that appointment for 3 hours. So I was like, okay, I'd rather just time to go home. So I don't think you can get yet 30. It's 30 days? Actually, no, less than 30 days. As long as your other state releases your Medicaid, then you can get basically on the other Medicaid right away. So whenever you move from one state on Medicaid to another, your old state Medicaid has to release you first, which can take up to 30 days. That's the 30-day part. Ah, dang. So totally normal. Was able to attempt to get that app real quick and get it installed. This is a screenshot from his phone. But yeah. But wants you to sign in with OKTA. Huh. Are we able to go to that site? So I want to know. OKTA. What are they, like an app manufacturer or something? Huh. Interesting. So some sort of, okay. So there must be some sort of login company, basically. Some sort of, it just must be who they use, like T-Mobile. Other people use this company, so it must be it's the big thing. It won't let you sign up. Yeah, it probably won't. Like I said, we're probably not going to have access to this at all. Oh, the Promobile's data center partner. That makes sense. That's cool. For all their like user management and whatnot. Picture they're probably listed on it. Listed under healthcare. No. That's really cool though. Yeah. That will definitely be something we probably won't get access to. Oh man. Oh, but wait. There's more. Connecting. Sign in with your Promobile to access quick config. Yeah. They'll have you using. I'm assuming it's kind of like the way. Who's the other company that does that? There's another company that's already doing this totally normal. Is it the other wheelchair company that has it so you can't like you have to have basically a a login account in order to change anything on there. That registration failed. Yeah, they're like, we don't have a. Please contact your counterpart from domain self-registration. Hey, at least you tried. You gave it a try. Let's see. I never had a problem getting seat elevators paid for. I think private insurance tends to be better with that for sure, White Raven. I have to agree with that. Get a hotel for a month, get a new chair, then I mean I can't tell you not to do that. The Advantage plan I'm on saved me a lot over the. Yeah, I bet. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're able to get on that, stay on the Advantage plan, it's going to cover. Oh yeah, sorry, I meant to open it to show everybody. I forgot. So Permobile, Lidlock is trying. I'm not going to show your email on there, Lidlock, but basically Lidlock tried to do that, and yeah, no access, which is fine. Like I said, I'm sure it's something that we'll get down the road. You had Sunrise before. Oh, okay. I could get on the TRICARE, but didn't have to pay monthly, and that right now I just don't pay. Yeah, but maybe it's something you could like do that for a month instead of moving for a month. It might be cheaper in the long run. Quantum took down the entire portal after I mentioned that I had. Oh, yeah. I think it's something that if anyone gets access, it's a you never speak of it situation. Same result. Yeah, like I said, I have a feeling it's something we're not going to have access to whatsoever, which is totally fine. It is what it is, but it's just kind of cool that that technology is coming and it's there. I'd just like to I'd be really curious as to how, from a security standpoint, how secure is what are they using for the Wi-Fi connection and talking to the chair? That would be, yeah, that would be very interesting to see what that's going to be. You sent another one? What is this from? Where is this from, Lidlock? Is this like screenshots from back in the day? What are these from? Before I display these, what am I looking at? Right, the security of it. Because I mean, if you're asking, doing everything over the air over Wi-Fi, I mean, how secure is that? Where are you? Where are you finding these from, Lidlock? Maybe I don't want to know. Um, I need details here, Lidlock. Um, with insurance though, you have to tend to save for at least a year. Oh, okay. That's one of my questions for next week. Yeah, security. Yeah. The quick config. Well, how did you get access to the, how? um, wow. Interesting. I don't think it's something I will be willing to share on stream, though, just for reasons of it not being available. But it is very interesting. It looks like it's super easy settings and stuff. Wow. All right, Lidak. I like I said though, I won't be just for since this information is under and like not available public yet. I mean, I guess technically, I mean the app is public technically. I mean the app is out there, and you did register. But yeah, I'm not going to. Yeah, so don't tell me any details as to how. I really don't want to know. But that is actually really cool to be there and see that though. Yeah, I don't want to know. Anyways, that's really cool that at least it looks like it's got some settings that will be really super helpful for a lot of people to apply things easily. So especially for because you got to think about majority of this stuff is really meant for the DME people to come and set up the chair, which if we could make it easier for them to do would be better. So yeah, so there's that. And that's what we'll stick with that. We won't go any more details of that, but yeah. So I think we kind of let's see what else is on my agenda here today. So we talked about new wheelchair costs, which I thought was extreme. We showed off the new wheelchair. Anybody have any questions about the new wheelchair? And then we kind of showed off and we looked at the video of it and whatnot and some photos. Anybody have any other thoughts on it? Questions that anybody would like to see or another thing is too is that we do have is that one thing I have to say that I really did like about the new chair is how bright the lights are. Not just the lights, but even like the turn signals. They're like super, super bright. Which I thought was just, I don't know. I think it's pretty awesome. Because most of the time I'm having the wheelchair that I have to go through and do different things to. Here, you guys could totally laugh at this. It's totally funny. Ooh, that's a good question, Kelly. So, ignore my totally matching. I'm wearing gray shorts and gray socks. I have no idea what happened here, so please ignore the match. I have no idea how that happened. But look at how bright those are. I mean, sure, the phone's at like lower level, but to me, I just thought that was like super bright. So, first mod, Kelly, right here. See that? That anti-tipper, it's got to go. It can't stay. Like it's just it's totally normal. We'll totally tell everyone I am not allowed to have a chair without some sort of large anti-tipper because of my inability to somehow navigate the world. I don't really know why or how, but somehow I have issues navigating the world. And when I have issues navigating the world, I seem to take things out, including myself. Like I said, I don't really know why. I don't really know what the fix is, but that's kind of what we have. Um, yeah, that's the first mod. Actually, I have a picture of the ones I was already thinking about doing. Hold on, let me see if I can find you a photo that's not gonna be something that I can't share. No, I don't have any good photos of them, but I'll take a photo of the ones I'm trying to look for. But basically, I'm going to be changing it out to 125 millimeter like inline skate wheels. And I've been looking to try to find some cool things about it. Uh-oh. You want to hear about that? All right. I'll give you the details, Mike. As long as you don't, as long as you know nobody doesn't. I won't tell you what color. I'll tell you my idea, but I won't tell you a color. So at least I still have the potential of element of surprise for some people. I'm hoping. So basically, my idea is, well, let me pull up a photo of it again. It'll be a little bit easier for me to explain with a photo. There we go. Photo loaded. Okay. So imagine. So the chair's got, it's got the gray that has the black. So every single thing here that you see that's black, that's not gray on the body panel at least, will then get wrapped, vinyl wrapped with the vinyl wrapping. So the color can always be changed back to just black if I wanted to. But basically, vinyl wrap. I won't tell you what color. I'll think about it. Just imagine any color with those gray accents and how good that's going to look. Um, Not I on one of the old chairs. Yes, Kelly. I do have some larger tires on one of the rear casters of the actual current chair I'm sitting in. They're not on right now, but I do have some, and I need to. I think I have photos of it, Kelly, from when I remember. I think we did it on one of the live streams. You guys remember that? The bright green tires. Does anybody remember? It was quite a while ago. There we go. Green tire mod. Where's my screen? Sorry, I'm losing my settings here. This is what you're thinking of, Kelly, right here. I was trying to when installing these. These are kiteboard wheels, and this is actually the same exact size tire. Like I could technically take this green tire and bolt it onto the stock Pro-Wheel wheel, and it would work. But let's come on. I mean, the Pro-Wheel wheel is great, but it'd be better to have, this white rim. This looks a little more stylish. So this is me playing with different shims, trying to figure out the spacing to be correct so the tire doesn't rub because it was so knobby. Um, so I'm still working. You can see it's close with those right amount of shims. So I just need to kind of. It's one of my projects now since this chair is becoming the, I don't know, I guess the backup chair or like hiking chair and beach chair that I can install this back onto the back of it again, and see how well these things hold up after a while because those shims should work for, yeah, should be fine as long as I get the shims right. But yeah, so maybe that's what you were thinking of. Or are you talking about the front anti-tippers? Because I used to have very large anti-tippers on, but I have since I had to donate those. It was actually it was a few streams ago we talked about it. I had to donate it because there was somebody took a wheel at the soccer tournament we were at and completely flattened their wheel, like completely flat, Kelly. Like I've never seen anyone take a caster wheel and like completely destroyed a tread. Let me see if I can find a photo of it in case there's some of you that missed it. I look like a goof in this photo, but at least it shows you what I'm talking about. See, look. So that was a front wheel on one of the soccer chairs, and he just like completely destroyed it. We don't. I think it got caught on a foot plate, and then like he must have drove into a parking lot. Like we really don't know. We don't know what happened. Next thing we know, his wheel was just like that, and we had to steal my anti-tippers. Um, permobile wheel. That's true. Try to say that 10 times fast. Those rear. Are you talking about the actual rear tires, Kelly? What part are you talking about the rear? Are you talking about changing it out on an existing chair? I'm gonna pull up a site here for you guys. Give me a second here. All right, so if anybody's looking for a, oh, you want to know like where you can get those at, the green tires? So this is basically inline skate wheels, but they can go up to 125 millimeter in size. The standard ones on the Pro Wheel when it comes stock from the factory, I believe, are 90. Um, so if anybody's looking to update their front anti-tippers for like a little splash of color or something like this, there's like tons of these inline skate or AKA scooter wheels. They're also used by like kids scooters as well. But so if anybody's looking to accessorize their front of your chair, these are pretty sweet, and they're just going to replace your anti-tippers with just a splash of color, something a little bit different. Some of these actually have metal cores. Some of them are plastic. If you're going to use it as actual drive wheel, like on a soccer chair, you definitely need metal. But other than that, plastic. Let me pull up. Let me see here. If we go to Amazon and see if we can find those green tires here real quick. Let's see. I literally think it's this green tire. Not tire slime. That'd be pretty sweet if we could get that on our wheelchair. Hold on, Kelly. Let me think about who makes it real quick. Off the top of my head. It's an inline skate wheel. What are the standard tires? Aren't they like 250 millimeter or 200? All right, we're getting closer. They're 200. It's the tire size. 200 millimeter tire. Oh, you want to know, Kelly? Here, I have a better idea. I'm gonna look these up a different way. That way, I'm not wasting everyone's time here looking for them. Yeah, give me 1 second here. Let me switch off of my desktop. All right, let me get into my personal Amazon account, and I will give you a direct link for everyone, so everyone is interested in buying those tires. Are very inexpensive. Surprising. You think it'd be something that would be super expensive for those tires, but it was not. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I think it was 2022 that they were ordered. Let me see. Yep, found them. Oh man, they are a great price. Now, be forewarned, with this price, this is a price. Oh, I already found it, dude. It's all good. I got it. Let me put that in chat. Let me load it up here. My second little, my non-doxing. Make sure it doesn't show my information. It doesn't. All right. Here we go. They're done by MBS Tires. They also have other colors too, besides green. You get them with air-filled tire, but I mean, look, I mean, $19.95. It's such a, I mean, sure, that's $20 for one, but still, I mean, if you think about what it costs to buy, and they're 200 by 50, the same exact size as the Promobile back tires. So you could literally just replace these on the back of your F3, F5, and they would bolt right on. Now, the only thing I don't know, I haven't tried these with a stock wheel, is with the stock wheel if they'll fit. Because don't forget, I was running aftermarket wheels. See, they have these gigantic skateboards, basically. They're kite boards that they use with those large tires on it. Let me see if they show any more of their other options I have available here. They don't, but if we go and if we do a quick search for these guys, we go to their website and then we can look at the parts that way. Yeah, they got all kinds of boards, but we don't care about boards. We want to see parts. Here we go. So these are all the different wheels that they sell. It's the same ones I bought. So they got like camo, they got blue, they got white, they got carbon fiber, which I know totally normal would be all over that. Here's like the white ones I got. These are the rock stars. They're only 14 bucks. They're great wheels. And then here's some other colors. So they have yellow off-road. They do have a purple street tire, which is pretty sweet. And then they have some other different treads, and their pricing is pretty, not too bad. Now, I did have to order, which I will look up and maybe I'll put in the video description. I did have to order a custom set of bearings to fit the axle of the Promobile, and would fit the inner diameter of the wheel here. So I did have to order custom bearings in order to make it work on, to make these custom wheels work on a Promobile. Like I said, I have not tested these tires by themselves on the Promobile hub, rear hub. So if somebody wants to buy one and check it, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be very interesting to see how that works. But yeah, so that's kind of their, yeah, that's kind of the selection of all kinds of coolness on tires. So like I said, they're really well priced. So I will put this as well in the, I guess, chat, so you guys can take a look at that stuff too. So there you go. There's some wild, ridiculous tires you guys can buy. Hopefully that's helpful for somebody that wants some cool tires. It took me a long time to find those. Many, many months. I was searching around trying to find out like who else does 200 by 50 millimeter tires, and I came across that. I'm like, what? Who knew kiteboarding was a whole big thing? So there you go. So that pretty much covers it. We got talk about rear tires, talk about new wheelchair, lid lock, braking the system, all that good stuff. Yeah, I think that might cover it for probably gonna start winding down here tonight's stream. Yeah, so what do you guys think about the color idea? I know that we talked about, you know, me changing the colors. Everybody have any colors you'd like to see? Because obviously we know Promobile comes in black and a color. So what color would look, you know, would look best, you guys think? So there could be some different options we can use. I have a few ideas in my head that I think would look really good with the silver, but I'd be curious as to what you guys think. The curiosity of chat's thoughts. Anybody? Bueller? I was like giving you guys a hard time. Anything but pastel. Okay. Yeah, I don't think pastel would look really good with the gray. So I don't think we have to worry about that, but that's, yeah, good point. No pastel. Okay. Here, I'll give you guys a photo for reference. You guys can think about it. Then we'll finish up. So what would look good with that gray? Black is what it is now, but something's got to go. Oh, and also, do we powder coat the whole entire wheel? Like we did on the current chair where they're like white or like, or do I powder coat gray? So it's just a gray wheel here instead of like this crazy Max color, or do I get this vinyl wrap too and make it stand out? Haven't quite decided yet. I think having it stock and stand out might look a little bit better, but I don't know. I think the hardest part, honestly, of this whole entire thing is going to be finding somebody who's willing to wrap it itself. Like, it's one thing to talk about it, but to actually find a place that's willing to do it, because most of these places only do like cars, large vehicles. There are some places that do like motorcycles and ATVs, which, if you ask me, this is kind of, I don't know, motorcycle or an ATV as far as body panels go. So I'm hoping it won't be too much, but I'll share the whole. I'll probably end up doing a whole video about it, put it together. Yeah, totally normal was like trying to be like all like black on black on black, hide in the corner, and I'm like making this chair like see it from space. It's so true. It's all yeah. No, it's not for everybody to have a bright like in your face chair. But ooh, some hydro wrap, yeah. Maybe get some of the, like the crazy like skulls or the dollar bills. But didn't they start selling hydro wrap on their thing though? That's the thing. I don't want to do something that's available because I think ProMail sells hydro. You can get hydro wrapped, I thought now, on certain models. I don't know. Like I said, purpose is to make it as different as possible. Make it stand out. We'll see. We'll see how well it works. Oh, another thing I was thinking it'd be really cool for somebody to come up with a good size sticker, vinyl sticker that fits right here between the leg pads. I think that'd be kind of a cool thing that somebody needs to come up with some sort of sticker we could put there. Yeah, I mean black with some accents. That's what I'm saying. I'm doing like a color with gray accents, so we'll see how well that works out. It might not work out well. Well, I think I'm gonna, like I said, gonna start winding all this down. Did not, I can already see it's already 8. Been a really good stream though. I appreciate you guys coming and checking out the new chair. I think it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna be good. Blackboard resistance to food time. Yeah, that's because everyone's chairs are black. It's like everyone already has black chairs. Anyways, yeah, listen, I really appreciate everyone being here for live stream Wednesday, and we'll do it again next week, and hopefully I will get some more decorations or something over here now. At least the desk is somewhat cleaned up. Everything's chilling. There's a new ProMail charger. But yeah. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Like, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. And I will see you guys next week. All right. See you guys. Have a good night. Where's the end? There it is. Good night.